Hello everybody, this is Junk in the Trunk number 8, and I thought I'd work on some paper bags today because I got a couple of these because I went shopping last week and to the National Trust, and I had a few bits and pieces that I bought, so I loved their bags. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to use those this week. So alright, they haven't made it into my trunk yet, admittedly, but they would have gone in there because I put things like that in there. And what I've done, I thought we'd make a little journal out of it. Okay, and so we've got that nice pocket in the front, and I sorted out, this was all in the trunk. Okay, envelope, this paper, a bit of vellum that's creased, a bit of paper. That's colouring book ones. They stained beautifully. So some of that, and that's one of my papers I use to, you know, create the watermark effect on another piece of paper. So they're all, this is misprints and things like that. Okay, so I thought I'd make those into like a floaty tag, which I haven't done yet. I just cut it down, and this one's heavily stained up. And see what's inside. Yeah, so this was a misprint, you know, when I was checking my printer head, making sure the lines were all nicely coloured. Right, so I thought I'd put that in there. Then that is one of the pieces that I use again for colour transfer. And I thought, well, I'll use that. So that can go in the middle, and I'll just cut it down and fold it over, and I thought I'd stitch around it and make a pocket. So it's an easy one this week, really. Just a little journal out of a paper bag. So I think they're sweet. I really do, and I like them. And I thought, well, and all the bits I've cut off, except for that, are all here. Okay. So I thought we would use them through the journal for something. That's all the bits. And what I've got here is my mop up things that you've seen previously. So they're all nice and dry now. So I thought I'd make some flowers or make something out of it. Okay, even a pocket. I don't know yet. But I've got those, and I've got this little booklet that I left where I've been coffee staining. And it's all sort of bled through, and it absolutely turned out brilliantly. I'm going to do that with more. I'm going to get some of these more cheap pads. I just literally leave it, and the water is just soaked through. And I love it. Not so much here because it's a bit pale, but I love these bits. I mean, those in collage work could be absolutely great. So I thought, well, use some of those. Look at this tea stain there. It's great. Like that. So I leave things where I'm tea staining, and they get sort of like nothing's planned, you see, because you get drips on them, and they get wet and things like that. And then when they dry, you just create some really wonderful effects. You couldn't show anybody what you do with it because it's something that's done over a certain amount of time. So yeah, that's what I've done. So I just cut all the pages down to the right side, make sure they fit in nicely, right? And I think it will be a tie around, right? So we need to do the cover a little bit. I think we need to get a bit of gesso on it, some inks, and some stamping on that. Right, let's put my little, so this is my little pile that we're going to work on, and make sure I use that. Right, gesso first. And I'm going to put it on with a credit card today for quickness. I actually quite like that there, but it's all right. I know it's got a lovely pattern there, but some of it will show. But I'm covering the front anyway with something. Oh, perhaps one of the freebies. Let's go off the edge there. Yeah, nearly dry, so I'm going to ban myself from using green. Because I keep using it and I'm like, everything I'm doing at the moment is green. Considering I never used to like it, I had a real phobia. I think I've cured. Now it's gone the other way. I hope you can see okay. Now I'll give that a dry. Okay, that's all dry, and I have decided to line it because I think this is super thin. It's not like a glassine bag. So just got a piece of old scrapbooking paper. Plenty of that. And I'm going to stick it on the inside. I usually just sort of, you know, mark it just slightly smaller. All right, and then that'll give it a bit of strength, and that'll be the inside then. I'll just pop it in. And I'm going to slide it onto the smallest bit. All right, and then stick that down. Try to lift it up so to get it in quickly before it dries. There we go. Now just fold it over. Okay, now nice pocket there. Could do with the ink in that end up, but we're going to do that anyway. So I'm just going to get rid of that white line. Okay. There we go. It's got a bit of substance to it now. Not a lot, you know. We've still got a lovely pocket here and things like that. Glassine bags are okay because, you know, they're stronger, I think. Whereas, you know, once we get this wet with a bit of tea and things, it could just dissolve because it's really, really fine. Right, so that's fine. So I'm going to stamp those. So I'm going to flatten that out for a minute. So this is our front, but then I'm going to put something here. So I'm only going to stamp around the outside. All right. Let's have a look. Oh, I might have this one here actually. Yeah. And I'm going to start off with the Memento Toffee Crunch. I know this is a light, quite a light colour. And this stamp I've had a long time. It's one of the ones when I used to shop on AliExpress. I think that's the right way up, isn't it? Yeah. I'm just going to do a bit down there first. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I like that. And then okay, it's very light anyway, so, and then we're only going to see around the outside on that. I'm not too worried because we can do a bit more later on. That's that, and we'll do the inside as well. Yeah, I'm just going to pick up some of that. Lovely. Right. I'm going to ink up a little bit darker there. Okay, and I know there's a sort of a gap there, so I'm going to press that on there, all right? Just move that out of the way. Like that. Love it. And maybe up there. Yep. So I'm going to get this one now and just use it a bit darker. Okay. Yeah, won't do it anymore until I know what's happening. Just get some ink now. Do vintage photo because of the brown paper bag. The other teeth doesn't actually show up very much because of the colour of it. Find something to decorate the bag with, haven't we? What to do. Need a bead of glue along there. There we go. Okay, and the pages will sit in there. Got a nice little pocket there for some bits and pieces. Oh, I'm going to really like this. I love these little journals. They're nice. Yeah. Oh, thank you at the end. Okay, so we've got to find a image in that for the front, haven't we? We've got to make those, haven't we? Let's do those. It's just a piece of paper folded over. Yeah. Gonna make some tags. Something hard on that one. I don't know what that is. Give them a bit of a burnish so it'll lay nice and flat on the signature. There. Oh, it's feeling lovely already. Really is. Love it. Right, okay. Coming up with these. And down with that one so it's in the middle of that one. And that I want in the middle. And that's the centre of the signature, so I don't mind that. If it's slightly above there, then we can hang something down on it there, which can look quite nice. Alright, so that's all ready. And now I'm going to stitch up the sewing machine right up the middle with my one. Alright, if you haven't got a sewing machine, well, just do your 3-hole pamphlet stitch. Alright, so I'm just going to stitch mine up right at the middle and then I'll be back. Okay, that's that done. So just got to do the front cover now. It's a little bit stiff when you first do it, but as you work on it, it starts to, you know, lay flat and things like that. So I don't worry too much about it, and that's sewn in not too bad. All right, just got to glue those down. Well, sometimes I'll stitch all around them first, but I didn't do it, so yeah, that's all right. And then those, like I said, if you haven't got a sewing machine, then do your pamphlet stitch. All right, and I think it's gonna be all right. I'm gonna do something nice for the cover. Not sure what yet. So that's lovely for little notes and things like that. You even got a colouring page there. Okay, so I'll see you in a bit anyway. Right, let's get on with the cover now. What did I decide? Oh yeah, I'm gonna glue that down to the cover, just that piece that sits under the tag. Okay, and because I've chosen a few bits here to do a cover, and I thought this tag would look nice on here because I love this tag because it's got the thistle, so I'm going to keep this one because this is my little book. And I'm going to back it with some music paper and put a bit of colour that I normally do, like that, in here, and some of the galls, and that's what I've come up with. So I'm going to stick this first, but I'm only going to just stick the middle bit. I can always put a bit more on after. And it's sari silk. It's not full width. I split it down, so because I find that, you know, that's enough. So I'm just going to glue that down first, but don't go right to the edges because the tag doesn't go right the way to the edges. Let's get the measurement right. Oh. I know it's folded. I should have ironed it, but I haven't. It's all right. Make sure it's about right. Yep. So then that'll be sort of, the tag isn't, and everything's going to come to there. Then it's just wrap round in a tie, and then that'll be hidden. All right. So let's have a look. The next piece is going to be, yep, that. And I've inked around, of course, around the edges. And I'm just going to apply a bit of glue on top of that ribbon. Just going to check that a minute. Yep, just going to come slightly over. And a bit of this. Oh, and that's going to put a little bit of pom-pom trim on the inside of there. Is it that way? Yeah, I want it on that side, so. Yep. All right. Like that for now. Let's have a look. It's there. about there. And then we've got enough room just to see that through there, haven't we? Yep. And that could even come over just a tad. That's good. I think that'll be all right. I just wanted to keep this tag, so let's get some nice amount of glue, except this side here where we got it. Actually, that was where the ticket's going to be, so I'll do that now. See how I changed my mind? It was about there, wasn't it? I'll get right on that edge, and hopefully, let's have a look. Yeah. Perfect. Then we haven't got to worry then, and I'll just stick it all down. Making sure I go over the stitching. Okay, let's cut some of this off. Oh, and if you want to see how I've done these tags, they're in a different video, which I will link below. Because there's, I think I've got 2 videos on some tags, and they all turned out quite nice, so might be worth watching. Which would most of them are going to be put in my next journals, but I wanted to keep the one with the thistle because it is one of my favourite flowers as such. It's not flower, I don't think. I'm not sure what category it falls in. There we go. And then that will go around there. And it's tied. Okay, once that's all decorated inside, that'll be a nice little book. A nice place to put some bits and pieces in there. Yeah. Right. I'm liking that. Right, so it's a quick one today. Decorating the pages again. I tend to do that as I go along because I do tend to make things and then I think, well, I'll put them in there. So, you know, I'm not going to go through decorating it, I don't think, because these videos I'm doing, actually junk in the trunk, are getting quite long. So I thought, well, I'll just do a quick one this week. All right, and what I wanted you to do for the challenge is just alter a paper bag any way you want. Okay, and on the Facebook book group, if you post in the comments of the original post, then I mean I am sort of finding you, but I do have to go through because I don't want to miss any of you to go into the draw. So if you post in the comments under the original, which it should be in the announcements, if you click on the announcements at the top, then the post is always at the top because I pin it to the top, and then all you do is in the comments post a little photo of what you've done. So all I want you to do is just alter a paper bag any way you want, okay, and then just post that below. I mean, you might have already done one, fine, just post that. All right, so there's no point in me showing you how to decorate really, because it's, you know, same as any journal inside, and that's something that I'll work on as I go along. And you know, like I said before, I add bits as I go along. So, but that's just the basis of a little journal. Okay, and we decorated it on the front. There we go, and put that together, and that is it. So again, thank you very much everybody that takes part in it, and you know, I know some of you haven't got Facebook that can't, but still enjoy the videos, and that's fine too. All right, I quite understand. Not everybody is on Facebook. So I shall speak to you soon. Bye bye.